In this week's edition of Young Guns, we feature the Rawang State Assemblyperson Gan Pei Nei. Born and raised in Malacca, Gan's political outlook changed after interning in Swaram while she was studying in University Science Malaysia in Penang.
My name is Gan Pei Nei. I'm a State Assembly woman for Rawang, Selangor. I'm from Malacca. My hometown is Pulau Gadong, one of a very small, traditional village mixed with housing in Malacca. And I studied at SJKC Tinghua at the primary level, and secondary I'm from MJS Methodist Girls School, and I studied mass communication in University Science of Malaysia in Penang. Yeah. And during my university time, I involved in student activism, and we fight for campus autonomy, especially for the abolishment of University and Colleges Act. I would say it's difficult and challenging because all this while politics are mainly dominated by men. So, and also by, I would say, as from an older man, people would say. So it's a new scenario for people to see young women to be in politics, in a way that to convince them that actually it's not a problem, and I have to convince the people that we can actually deliver the works also as what the men politicians have now. Yeah. Of course, as a young woman, people will think that the very first impression come into their mind is that whether we can get the works done. This is a very direct feeling that we get from the people when I was elected. I'm elected as a YB here, but throughout the times we show them that we can actually perform. Being that, because myself before this I'm also assistant to YB Tianjua in Batu, so I have the experience of serving the community and dealing with the related agencies. So that is the challenges. And second thing, that we have to show a new way of work culture and system, which is very much different from PN, the past government. So these are the two main challenges that we face during I carry out my duty as a people's representative here. I think the voters are demanding in a way that they want things to be done fast. And of course, secondly, it's also many of the people are not really aware of how the way to get the things done and solved. That's why normally will come to us and we will explain to them and assisting them. My way of doing is that we are trying to work together with the people to empower them how to solve the problem by themselves, by passing the info and explaining to them, because all this I think people are in the dark on how who are the agency or the people that will seek for if they have some facing some problems in their community. So that's why they will normally come to the people's representative and will explain to them, because basically we have local government, we have state government, and we have federal government. We have 3 tiers of different government, and the beginning maybe they will still need our help to directly deal with the related agency, but through time, when we explain to them and we solve the problem together with them, ultimately they will learn how to solve the problem by themselves. And their past experience, because many of the people that came to us, they say because the past government normally they will promise anything. So when people now they came to us, they want something that they can hold to. I mean, something black and white or something in return, so that they can get the things done. So I think they are demanding in that way. But somehow, if we are doing it in a transparent way, and we explain to them, from time to time, we can see that people know now slowly how to solve the problem by themselves. Yeah. Of course, I think we need a change of government, And besides that, we really need to uphold the spirit of federalism, taking from the experience in Selangor. Some of the facts that it is the jurisdiction of the state government, but there are a lot of interference from the federal government. So I think that is the very basic spirit that we have to uphold to, based on the constitutional monarch we have now, the system we have now. And of course, we need to stress on the separation of power also. Like our state assembly are no more just a rubber stamp. But we need to stress on this very clearly, that we need to have a separation of power, which executive are doing their works, and judiciary and legislative can also carry out their work according to what stated in our constitution. What we are facing now is a choice. The old politics that we have is what we much more see within these 5 years after the change of government in Selangor, that the old politics are based on much more on gutter politics, like you have this racial politics, money politics, and still use the tactic of fear to threaten the people. I think it should be we should move forward to a new way, that we should be open and debate on policy makings, not just you yell at me or I yell at you in the media and things like that. We should sit down face to face and discuss on the issues on people. Regarding which party are you from, this is for the people. Then I think we should put aside the political difference and come together to solve the issues as a problem. I think we should move towards that way, and this is the feedback also that we get from the people, that they want politicians not just to fight, not just to threaten people, but they want a more professional way that you can debate and on policies, on people's regarding people's welfare and rights and things like that, based on facts and figures, not just emotionally that fighting, physically fighting and things like that. Yeah. These 5 years, my focus for Rawang is to upgrade the quality of life for the people here, meaning that our focus of for the infra for this area, the planning, the whole town planning, because Rawang is being known for first is a terrible jam, and second is about the flood issues, and of course third is about the people here want a way of balance, good quality of life, that they have enough space for recreational and also a safe environment for them. So basically my focus for the first term is to put everything in a proper way. So although we know that much of the development being done in the past, during the past 55 years, it's quite hard to change, but at least for the future planning, we'll make sure that all this aspect is taken care of. So basically, I want to solve the traffic jam problem, and now we have seen under the pressure and follow-up, the first phase of road upgrading under the federal government had been done now in front of the Rawang toll. And secondly, about the system, the river system and drainage system for Rawang, because flood is one of the main concern also in this area. So we have managed to get the state government also to upgrade the river system here. So the first phase had been done, and now the early of this year, we are expecting in April, we will start with the second phase to upgrade the drainage system or the old township of Rawang. So these are the two parts. And secondly, it's about increasing the recreational area for the people here. So we focus on creating more parks and more sports area for the people here. So now we have a few futsal center and youth to go, and of course for the local community in gardens, whether in residential area or in the kampungs here. Yeah. Of course, I think the main focus for Rawang and the top issue is about the high tension. State government had done a lot throughout these 5 years. I would say out of all the plan that I set, we have accomplished around 80%. The balance 20% is because it much more have to deal with the federal government or the related federal government agencies. So that takes longer time. For instance, like this high tension issue is another issue, and secondly is about those pending land issues which involve abandoned projects in Rawang. So these are the the 20% I would say that is not being done because of it has involved the federal government and the federal agencies. That takes some time for us to coordinate and communicate. So for local plan, 80% I would say we have done for the infra works. Secondly, about the recreational area, and third is about the land issue in Rawang. So our focus to get at least those who have been staying in the village area for more than 10 years, we have done the processing for their title and help them to apply and so on. So all these three main focus we have been done, and the 20% is about the federal agencies that involved. Of course, I will wish that Malaysia will have a two-party system after the coming GE, which based on a good governance way of governing our country and our state, based on principle of just and transparent. I think this is the hope that I can see Malaysia move forward to, that we have a two-party system in our country, and we have a new politics, new way of politics, which we can openly debate on any of the policy related to the people in our country. There were experiences that people would question whether I'm young, I can get works done. So my way of doing it is that I'll go down to the ground together with them, and of course with the officers, and we directly get the things discussed and settled on the ground and get it implemented. So throughout time that people saw that the things being done, I took an example that there was a case, a road connecting residential areas to Rawang town. The road is called Jalan Waterfall, and it had been over 20 years that the local residents demanded it to be upgraded. So we went down together with the councillor and the local council officers, and of course we get the residents to come also to discuss and plan and things like that. Then after that we get it done in a few months. So they saw that changes, and they will compare that with the former representative who was Tang Sihan. He was also formerly an EXCO member of the state, and they will see the difference. They say he is old, he is an EXCO, but me as a young woman, within few years we can get a 20 years problem done and solved. So that is from there they are convinced that we can deliver and get the works done and get the problem solved. So this is the way I'm doing it, that we go down to the ground, meet the people, get the related agencies to come and explain, and we find a consensus on how to get the problem solved. And as my part, I will deal with the related government agencies, monitored from time to time, and make sure being executed and implemented. So throughout times, then they will see they are convinced that, and I feel that as a young woman, I'm more energetic and active in carrying out my duty. So I would say that is the advantage that we have. That's the feedback we got also, that from the ground, that now people, they will accept also young young politicians, being that we have a new way and fresh ideas and solving problems and discussing and dealing with the local community.
Saya tadi sebenarnya menjelaskan apa perbezaan antara pentadbiran Barisan Nasional dengan pentadbiran Pakatan Rakyat khasnya di negeri Selangor. Dalam tahun 2.5 ini kita telah memerintah Kerajaan Negeri Selangor dengan cara yang amanah, bertanggungjawab dan telus. Jadi apa yang kita gunakan, apa yang kita perolehi, kita telah jelaskan dengan begitu terang-terang kepada semua rakyat melalui surat khabar Kerajaan Negeri Selangor dan sebagainya.
Did you have a lot of problems with the municipality early because they're all very Barisan Nasional thinking?
Yeah. I think, of course, the first year, we are taking some time to I'll say my way is we lead the way we are doing works. So before this, the municipality, the local council officers, they might just sit in the office and just wait for the complaint to come. Or even that, when the complaint come, maybe it took some time to be solved. But now we are showing to them when we go down, we call Turun Padang, they have to come with us. And now we will make sure when the officers receive complaint, they themselves have to go down and check out the problems. So I think we take some time to adapt to that working culture and system. And throughout the years, I'll say now this is the 5th year, we see the changes. And we appreciate the civil servants also because I would say before this, there are too much politics intervention from the politicians. So the civil servant will feel that they have no say in whatever decision being made. So whatever it is, they will just say they follow the instruction. So, but our way of doing work is that we get them involved to Turun Padang to discuss, to understand the issues and get the things settled and done. So this is the way on how we change the working system and the working culture of the civil servants. So I think now we are on tracks and they know what we want as a new government and as a Pakatan Rakyat government. I want Rawang, I think for this past few years, is emerging as another township, being that KL and Selayang is already highly populated and highly developed. So population, people are now moving to Rawang. So I want to have a more proper planning for Rawang as a dynamic, safe and green community. And by putting more, not just physically development, but putting more cultural, more environmental aspects into this community, in shaping a safe community. So this is the focus for my coming 5 terms. Dynamics being that we have to balance out the life. I mean, the community here, they want a more balanced way of living. Besides commercial buildings being put up, we want to balance out with more local infra and like they want community halls, they want more cultural programs being done, and of course on the environment part also, there's also a high demands from the local community, which I think it should be a future for our society also, that we need to take care of the environment. So this will be the main 3 aspects that I'll focus for the coming term. And of course, I'm now also pushing to get the road system in Rawang to be upgraded. So we have a confirmation from the state JKR that all this will be done. It's in plan. So now I'm monitoring it for this coming 5 years. At least the first phase has been done, and now we are entering the second phase. My parents and my elder sister staying in Malacca, so they are not here. And of course, once a while I'll be going back to hometown to visit them. So, but now when it's getting near to election, a few months, my longest holiday was during Chinese New Year, that's it. So I told them after this, we have to focus on the election. And I'm fortunate that I have a supportive family and relatives. So they understand what are my jobs, and they support me all the way. Actually, my family, before this, when I worked as the assistant for Tian Chua, they are quite worried because all these while opposition leaders, whether you are being arrested on things like that, they say this is it's not, they see no future in that. So, but after myself being elected as a people's representative here, then throughout the communication and things like that, they understand my work and they know I have a busy schedule. So they will know. Sometimes if I say, oh, I want to go back to hometown, my mothers and parents are the one that advise me, if you are too busy, don't come back, it's okay, we understand. So I think I'm fortunate to have a family that support me and understand what I'm working for, what I'm fighting for. And yeah, they even now, I think, become part of our campaigning team already.
Until the next edition of Young Guns, this is Cheryl Neto signing off from Malaysia Kini TV. And thank you for watching.